BSc Social Studies Online. We are dealing with the chapter number 2 of Geography, Land and Soil. In my previous chapter, I have taught you about land, formation of land, distribution and pattern, factors affecting land use, land degradation and conservation. Today we are going to deal with the second part, that is called soil. Soil is the uppermost thin layer of the earth made up of tiny loose materials originated from fine rock material and dated organic matter. Soil is formed by slow process. It takes thousands of years to make a soil layer of 5 to 7 centimeters. Soil is also a home to many animals such as earthworms, rats, etc. Soil also is the basis of vegetation cover and farming on the earth. So the uppermost layer of the earth, which is covered by tiny loose material or the rock particles which are weathered, is called as soil. It is a very slow process. The formation of soil is a very slow process. So let us see through soil profile. In soil profile, you will find the three major portions, that is topsoil, subsoil, and regolith. These are the three major portions of the soil. These are the layers of soil, and in thousands of years, these layers are formed. So if you see the uppermost part, which is covered, which is called as humus, it is mostly dark brown in color, dark in nature, contains the dead and decayed material. इसमें मरे हुए जानवर जो decay हो जाते हैं by the help of microorganisms, and this decayed material is called as humus, and this humus increases the fertility of the soil. The second part comes the topsoil. It is the topmost layer of the soil consisting of fine rock particles such as clay, silt, sand, etc. and mineral matter. It is frequently subjected to leaching. The roots of the plants are confined to this layer. The second part comes the subsoil, made up of weathered rock and soluble minerals. Rainwater is collected here. So the groundwater, the water table which you people might have seen in your previous classes, like 6th and 7th standard. So this subsoil contains the water. It pertains the groundwater, which is essential for the growth of plants. Regolith. Again, these are the weathered rock material, also known as regolith. So this soil has been dumped up over here, and in a uh, time period of thousands of years, these layers of soil has been formed. The base is called as bedrock, which is unweathered rock having major or big deposition of rocks. Formation of soil. Soil is formed as a result of physical, chemical and biological weathering of rocks, which breaks the rocks into smaller particles with sizes ranging from boulders to grain. So it is formed by three major weathering system, that is physical weathering, chemical weathering and biological weathering. These particles then mix up with organic matter such as vegetable remains and remains of dead animals and insects. The biological action of bacteria that causes decay in the soil, giving rise to humus. Humus is a dark brown color which is fertile in nature, that increases the fertility of the soil. So these are the three major types of weathering: physical, physical or mechanical, chemical and biological. Let me explain you about these weathering types. Consider this as a rock. Okay. Now you will find weathering of rocks in two stages. One where rain is in an excess amount, heavy rainfall area. Another is high humid area, or where heat is in an excessive amount. So when rain flows, when rain turns up, when rain comes up over these rocks, this rain makes these rocks weaker, and as sun comes over these rocks, it heats the rock and break it into many parts. So this is called, there is a crack in the rock now. अभी पत्थर के अंदर क्रैक गिर गया है. Now in this crack the rainwater gets collected, and as the rainwater gets collected, if the temperature goes below the freezing point or at the freezing point, the water in this crack starts freezing, and it is the characteristics of matter that If the matter freezes, it expands. So as it expands, the crack will also expand. Okay, the crack will also expand, resulting in breaking of the rock into smaller particles. Eventually and gradually, this rock will be withered away into smaller particles by the action of wind, air, and sun. This is the physical change. Now let us see about the biological change. There is a crack in the soil, rock, and here plant grows. If a plant grows here, the plant requires growth and more space for its roots to spread. As the roots spread, they also wither the rock, and eventually and gradually these rock will get converted into tiny pieces, which again on the time being will get converted into smaller granules, and these granules will get converted into soil. Biological withering, chemical withering, and physical withering are the three major concepts of withering of rock, as have shown you in my previous slide about the withering, physical, chemical, and biological. Factors that influence soil formation. What are the factors that influence the formation of soil? The first one comes the nature of parent rock. This gives color, texture, chemical composition, that is mineral content, and permeability to the soil. If the parent rock is metamorphic, it is igneous, okay, this type of rocks. So as the rock, you will find the rock, the same type of sand or the soil it will form. Climatic condition now depends on the temperature and rainfall. The formation of soil is also depending on the rainfall. If rainfall is heavier, the formation of soil will be more. If the rainfall is average, it will take more time to form. If the rainfall is below average, there will be some signs of withering. It may be withering or it may not be withering in the below average area. Topography, again the structure of land, that is mountains, plateaus and plain, where you will find withering at a high amount. It will be mountains, as the velocity of the wind is stuck up by the size of the mountains. The जो हवा बहती है वो mountains से flow, उसका जो flow है वो रुकता है. Let me explain you this topography. This is a mountain, and the wind flowing from this region from the north, east, west. From eastern side, wind is blowing towards the mountain. The mountain will stop the wind. The wind will stop at the edges of the steep slope of the mountains, but it will affect the area over here where it is stucking, and small particles will start flowing away from that area, resulting into withering. So topography of the land is also responsible, also influences the formation of soil. Living organisms such as earthworm, bacteria aerate the soil and contribute to its fertility. Definitely these living organisms, so they make their homes into the rocks, burrow the soil, and they make it aerate. Aerate का मतलब होता है उसको हवादार बनाते हैं, ठीक है, ताकि air should get mixed up into the soil. Next, time. Definitely time determines the formation of the soil, the maturity of the soil. More the time the field is left untouched, the more fertile the soil will be. Then agents of erosion are also responsible for the formation of soil, such as wind, air. Rivers are the major, it plays a vital role, or they are the major thing which is responsible in the formation of soil. As alluvial soil is deposited on the banks of the rivers, erosion and deposition method, you people might have learnt in 7th standard how rivers erode the soil particles, erode the rocks, and they bring up salt and silt with them, and they deposit it on the banks of the river. Types of soil. There are two classes of soil depending on the texture and formation. The soil which remains on the place of origin is called as residual soil or in situ soil. And if the soil which gets deposited elsewhere by the action of the Wind water or glacier is called as transported soil. Okay, so the soil which remains on the same position. Now for example, this is a rock, and here after withering this soil is formed. This soil is remained on the same position, so it will be called as in situ soil. Okay, but if this is a rock, if this is a rock and it has been converted into soil, and wind is taking this soil to some other place, this soil will be called as transported soil. Okay, so these are the major soil patterns of India. So these are the types of soil. On the basis of color, soil is divided into four parts: black soil, red soil, brown and grey soil. On the basis of texture, soil is divided into three parts: sandy, 60% of sand is present in the soil; clay, 60 or more percent clay is present into the soil; and loamy, 50 or more percent sand and clay. 50% either sand and clay is present into the soil. Now there are different various uses of these soils, sandy and clay. Sandy soil, we cannot use this soil for our agricultural purpose as it is more porous and the water retaining capacity of this soil is less. Clay, you will find this soil in the regions of Maharashtra, Karnataka, part of Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. Black soil, which we call as Regur soil. So this soil is having higher water retaining capacity and is very much essential for crops like cotton and sugarcane. Loamy soil, this is found in the river banks, usually the Ganga basin. So this loamy soil contains 50% of clay and 50% of sand, which is also very fertile in nature because it contains all the dead and decayed material. This is formed because of the erosion and deposition method of the rivers. So it is very much fertile for agricultural purpose. Then the basis of formation, soil is again divided into two types. One is residual or in situ soil, and transported soil. So if a question comes in your examination that classifies soil on the basis of color, soil is divided into four parts: black, red and brown, black, red, brown, grey. On the basis of texture, it is divided into three parts: sandy, clay, loamy. You have to write sandy soil contains 60% of sand, clay soil contains 60% of clay, loamy soil contains 50% of sand and clay. And on the basis of formation, soil is divided into two parts: residual soil, the soil which remains on the same portion or same area where it was withered is called as residual soil or in situ soil, and the soil which is transported to other regions from the area of its origin is called as transported soil. So these are in India the major soil parts. You will find here the black soil, regular soil, laterite soil. The green one is the alluvial soil. The brown one, which covers the part of Himalaya, is the mountainous soil, and the yellow part of Rajasthan is the barren soil or sandy soil. These are the soil types of India. Alluvial soil, I've already explained you. Alluvial soil, red soil, which is rich in iron; black soil, which is rich in manganese; laterite soil. This is usually found in the mountainous regions such as Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, where plantation crops are carried out. When plantation is carried out, as it does not have much water retaining capacity, and these crops does not require high amount of water. Desert or arid soil, which is found in the uh, Thar deserts of Rajasthan. Okay, forest soil, mountain soil, tarai, saline and alkaline soil. This is found on the beaches of river. Loss of soil cover. What are the major reasons of loss of soil covers? Soil erosion refers to the removal of the topsoil. If you talk about the erosion, the soil erosion refers to the removal of the topsoil by various agents of gradation causing loss of soil fertility. It happens because of the physical factors such as slopes and land intensity of the rainfall and velocity of the wind. The two most common types of soil erosion are First is sheet erosion, the other one is gully erosion. Sheet erosion is relatively even the even erosion of the layer of the soil without channel formation, which generally takes place on the sloping land after heavy rainfall. So this is the picture of sheet erosion. Here in this picture, you people might have seen the green part, which I am taking with the black pen, and the eroded material. See this eroded material which is ticked by me in the red pen. तो जो ब्लैक पेन वाला पार्ट है वहाँ पे सॉइल जो है वो जमी हुई है, बट दिस इज अ स्लोपी रीजन. इफ यू सी इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ स्लोप, एंड दिस स्लोप द वाटर इज गशिंग डाउन थ्रू दिस arrow mark which I am drawing. You can see the way where water has been moving. तो जैसे ही पानी नीचे आता है तो वहाँ की मिट्टी वो अपने साथ में लेके बह जाता है. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड शीट इरोजन. एक बड़ा सा पोर्शन, शीट एरिया, ऊपर का छत्ता जो है सॉइल का, वो मूव अवे हो जाता है, इरोड हो जाता है बाय द एक्शन ऑफ वाटर. द सेकेंड वन इज गली इरोजन, वेयर वाटर गशेस थ्रू अ चैनल. ये देखो ये चैनल है और यहाँ से पानी बहा है ऊपर की तरफ, ठीक है. तो इस तरफ से पानी ऊपर की तरफ बहेगा, तो ये जो एरिया है इतना सारा, ये यहाँ की पूरी मिट्टी अपने साथ बहा करके इस तरीके से लेकर गया है. यहाँ से देखो दिख रहा है, ठीक है. So this is called gully erosion. So these are the two major segregation of soil erosion. एक है sheet erosion, एक है gully erosion. The third one is landslide, where the mass downward movement of the soil due to gravity in the absence of vegetative cover. So here vegetative cover is not there, means plants are less. As plants are less on the mountainous region, definitely they will not hold the soil. The soil over there will become loose and it will move away. It can move away anytime without any intimation, resulting into landslides. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि रोड है जो नीचे की तरफ ढह गया है, एकदम से स्लाइड हो गया है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज लैंडस्लाइड्स. Soil exhaustion. Soil exhaustion is termed as deterioration of minerals, nutrients from the soil. मतलब soil के अंदर से nutrients को निकाल देना, exhaust कर देना, because of the poor farming techniques such as overcropping. Overcropping का मतलब है कि एक ही crop बार बार लगाना. Multi cropping without any using fertilizers and organic fertilizers or chemical fertilizers. You're irrigating the land and cropping it. Shifting cultivation, deforestation, these are all the parts where soil gets exhausted. Okay, this give rise to poor soil. It is largely attributed to human factors or activities. So जहाँ पे आप excessive amount of agriculture करोगे without giving chance for the soil to retain its originality, you will find out that soil has got exhausted. उसके अंदर का जो mineral content है वो जा चुका है. What is soil conservation? Now definitely conservation जो meaning होता है, conservation का मतलब होता है preserve करना. To preserve, so there are different methods to preserve the soil. So they may be shelter belts. So these are made in the coastal areas and dry regions where rows of tall trees are planted around the farm to act as windbreak and check soil erosion. So I will show you how shelter belts are made. Consider this as a sea area and this is the land. So you're having soil over here. यहाँ पे मिट्टी है पूरी. अब जब पूरा सी का समंदर का एरिया है और वहाँ से हवा की जो वेलोसिटी रहेंगी वो ज़्यादा रहेंगी डेफिनेटली टूवर्ड्स द लैंड. तो ये हवा की जो स्पीड है ये ज़्यादा होने की वजह से यहाँ से जो मिट्टी है वो धूल बन के अपने साथ में उड़ा करके लेके जाएंगी जो ऊपर का सरफेस है. तो इसको अवॉइड करने के लिए शेल्टर बेल्ट्स बनाए जाते हैं. शेल्टर बेल्ट्स क्या होते हैं? प्लांट्स होते हैं, बड़े बड़े ट्रीज होते हैं. यूजुअली आप कर्नाटका, केरला, रायगढ़, रत्नागिरी साइड जब जाओगे यू विल फाइंड दिस टाइप ऑफ ट्रीज विच आर प्लांटेड ऑन द कॉर्नर्स ऑफ द फील्ड. चारों तरफ से फील्ड को ये ट्रीज बनाए जाते हैं सो दैट द विंड्स विच आर फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम द सी कोस्टल रीजन्स विल गेट ब्लॉक्ड विद दिस प्लांट्स. ये प्लांट्स से वो ब्लॉक हो जाएंगे और सम अमाउंट ऑफ विंड विल गेट डेविएटेड और जो फील्ड में जाएंगी, जो हवा जाएंगी वो कम वेलोसिटी में जाएंगी, कम स्पीड में जाएंगी, जिसकी वजह से उनकी शेल्टर बेल्ट की वजह से जो इरोजन होना है वो इरोजन नहीं होगा. सेकेंड वन इज एफॉरेस्टेशन. एफॉरेस्टेशन का मीनिंग होता है पेड़ लगाना. डेफिनेटली जितने ज़्यादा पेड़ लगाएंगे उतने ज़्यादा सॉइल को जड़ें पेड़ों की मजबूत करेंगी. अवॉइड ओवर ग्रेजिंग विच वी हैव सीन इन आवर फर्स्ट पार्ट. ज़्यादा जानवरों का जो है ओवर ग्रेजिंग नहीं होना चाहिए. वाटर मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम होना चाहिए, बिकॉज इफ वाटर इज फ्लोड इनटू द फील्ड इन एन एक्सेसिव अमाउंट, अगर पानी एक एक्सेसिव अमाउंट में फ्लो होता है तो मिट्टी का अगर ढिगार है या फिर ढेर है तो वो उसको बहा के अपने साथ लेकर चला जाता है. सो दिस ऑल्सो रिजल्ट्स इनटू द सॉइल इरोजन. सॉइल इरोजन के अंदर ये भी रिजल्ट करता है. वाटर, अगर excessive amount of water we are using into the fields, it is led up into the fields and this will result into the soil erosion. Next one is making rock dams. Rock dams एक बांध बनाना. खेतों के अंदर channels होते हैं. These channels are there in the fields. So these channels, इसके अंदर से पानी फ्लो होता है. So here it is a field area, and on the other hand also it is a field area, and you see the water, it gets erosion and deposition method of rivers, you know. ठीक है. The one side it erodes and the other side it deposits. So to avoid this, the velocity of the water should be stopped. So what should be done? रॉक डैम शुड बी मेड. यहाँ पे पत्थर डाल के डैम बनाना है ताकि पानी आएगा लेकिन पत्थरों के बीच में से पानी slowly and gradually बहता चलेगा, not with the excessive amount of velocity or speed. So to stop it, we should bring rock beds. Changing traditional farming practices into mulching. Mulching का मतलब क्या होता है? दो प्लांट्स के बीच में ड्राई ग्रास को रखना ताकि मॉइस्चर जो है ज़मीन का वो ना निकल जाए, वो ना उड़ जाए बिकॉज ऑफ द हीट और बिकॉज ऑफ द ह्यूमिडिटी. कंटोर बंडिंग जो होता है, दिस इज यूजुअली डन ऑन द हिल साइड्स. कंटोर बंडिंग, बंडिंग का मतलब होता है वॉल बनाना. नाउ कंसिडर दिस एज अ हिल स्लोप एंड योर फार्म इज हियर. So the water gushing from the hill slopes will come with a greater velocity and which will take away your soil with it. So इसको रोकने के लिए आपको यहाँ पे एक दीवार बनानी है, बंड करना है, मतलब दीवार बनानी है. So what will happen? This water will get stopped over here. Either it will get percolated or either it will get deviated. वो अपनी रास्ता बदल कर चला जाएगा. This is called contour bunding. Plugging means choking the gullies with rocks to prevent the flow of water and soil erosion. जो मैंने आपको पिछली स्लाइड में गली बताया था, उसके अंदर पत्थर डाल के जो गली होती है वो बड़ी सी होती है, बड़ा सा गड्ढा होता है, एज आई हैव शोन यू इन माय प्रीवियस वीडियो स्लाइड. तो इसके अंदर से जो वाटर फ्लो होगा दैट विल फ्लो इन अ ग्रेटर वेलोसिटी. तो इसको बंद करना है, आपको चोक कर देना है, बंद कर देना है, ताकि इससे क्या है, वाटर का जो फ्लो है वो ना हो. टेरेस फार्मिंग विच इज़ कैरिड आउट इनटू द रीजन्स ऑफ आसाम. टेरेस फार्मिंग क्यों किया जाता है? टेरेस फार्मिंग के जो मेजर कॉजेज है वो ये है कि इट इज़ डन ऑन द स्लोप्स ऑफ द माउंटेन्स. अभी माउंटेन है, इसका स्लोप है. When water will flow, it will flow with the step side. जैसे स्टेप्स के जैसे आते हैं वैसे वाटर फ्लो करेगा. एंड इट द वेलोसिटी, पानी की जो गति है वो धीमी हो जाएंगी, जिसकी वजह से वो जो सॉइल इरोजन होना है वो नहीं होगा. दिस इज टेरेस फार्मिंग वेयर हिल स्लोप्स आर कट डाउन. उसके स्लोप्स को कट किया जाता है और वो स्लोप्स को कट करने के बाद एक स्टेप जैसा सिस्टम उसके अंदर बनाया जाता है. आप असम में या फॉरेस्ट जो प्लांटेशन एग्रीकल्चर होता है उसके अंदर अगर आप देखोगे टेरेस फार्मिंग, तो इस तरीके से आपको माउंटेन्स कटे हुए मिलेंगे. तो जब पानी बारिश का इस पर गिरेगा तो यहाँ से वो स्टेप जैसे नीचे आएगा, ना कि वेलोसिटी, हायर वेलोसिटी से. जैसे नॉर्मल माउंटेन्स में सीधा नीचे आता है तो अपने साथ में मिट्टी भी बहा के लेके चला जाता है. बट यहाँ पे अगर ऊपर का इरोजन होगा इस एरिया का तो सॉइल यहाँ पे डिपॉजिट हो जाएंगी. अगर यहाँ से डिपॉजिट हुआ तो यहाँ डिपॉजिट हो जाएंगी, यहाँ से इरोजन हुआ तो यहाँ डिपॉजिट हो जाएंगी, और यहाँ से इरोजन हुआ तो एटलीस्ट यहाँ पे वो डिपॉजिट होते चलेगी. मीन्स देयर इज नो लॉस ऑफ सॉइल कवर इन दिस. नेक्स्ट वन इज इंटरक्रॉपिंग. टू और मोर क्रॉप्स आर ग्रोन साइमल्टेनियसली ऑन द सेम प्लॉट at the same time. इन उसको इंटरक्रॉपिंग बोलते हैं. So that the soil cover should not be eroded. Definitely crop rotation is the next part from which we can reduce soil erosion. Crop rotation इसलिए नहीं किया जाता है कि जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स है सॉइल के वो ना खो जाए, इसलिए क्रॉप रोटेशन किया जाता है. स्ट्रिप क्रॉपिंग जो होता है, इरोजन रेजिस्टेंट क्रॉप्स लगाए जाते हैं सो दैट द फील्ड शुड नॉट बी इरोडेड. इफ़ यू सी इन द फील्ड्स, अगर आप अभी फील्ड्स के अंदर देखोगे तो यू विल फाइंड दैट uh, without any use some crops are cultivated so as the animals should be grazed. जैसे मक्का वगैरह लगाई जाती है फील्ड्स के अंदर ताकि जानवरों की फॉडर भी उससे बन जाए और इरोजन भी ना हो. कवर क्रॉप्स, fallowing, drip irrigation and contour farming. These are the methods through which we can continue with our or we can break through the soil erosion. जिससे soil erosion रोका जा सकता है. That's all for the chapter today. This was the second part of the chapter. There are many more upcoming videos. I hope you people understood the chapter very nicely. So stay tuned for the new videos. Subscribe my channel and share my videos with your friends to spread the knowledge. Thank you very much.